Sairam, my name is Shreyas Iyer, and I'm the Region 9 Service Coordinator right now. I've been involved in the organization since I was a YA a long time ago. And then even before that, when I was very young, I was introduced to Swami by my family on my mother's side. My grandfather and grandmother were staunch devotees, and they were introduced to Swami by another of their friends who took them to Parthi in the 1969s, 1970s. And so through them, we got introduced. And then I grew up doing bhajans during summer vacation, going to center and doing service activities. And that's how I was introduced to Swami. And then as I was growing up, multiple visits to Parthi. My brother is actually went to the school since he was in kindergarten, and seeing him and all his interactions with Swami, and then us also going there and having seen Swami and doing Pada Pooja. That's how So our life has been Sai filled from that perspective. And then Swami has been a constant inspiration in my life. And now that I'm in the US, the fact of not being close to Swami physically, but still being connected to him, was a lesson he gave since I was very small. Because my parents had contemplated of putting me in the school, but then for some reason or the other, I don't remember what the exact reason was, but they decided not to do that. And so my connection with Swami has always been from afar, but I never felt far from him. I felt very connected to him because, anytime you close your eyes and you take his name, he takes shape and form right then and there. So in young age, he's protected me many times from many different experiences, because I used to go to school on my own, take the public transport, and have multiple different experiences, because you find all kinds of people when you're taking public transport and you're meeting people in the bus depot and stuff. And so keeping me safe throughout that entire thing, there's many experiences with that. But the biggest thing I would say is Swami's role in putting my larger destiny forward, right? And how Swami plays his roles in that is when I was coming to the US, I had three options. I had gotten an admission here in one of the colleges to do my master's. I had also gotten a work offer from a local company there in India. And then I was also going to do my MBA. So there were three options like that. And for some reason, one way or the other, I wanted to come to the US to continue my education. And it was not happening because I went to the visa office 2 times and it was rejected. And so the day that I was going to go for my third interview, I won't go into the long story, but basically I'd gotten a third interview somehow, which was very close to when the college was starting. And incidentally, the same day, I had a train ticket in the evening to go to start my work. So there were those two paths were on the same day, exact day. So my decision was clear, in the morning, if the visa doesn't happen, then I'll just, pick this path and go through. And so that day from the beginning, it started raining. And that was the day when Bombay had a deluge. But the deluge did not happen until I had gone to the visa office. Swami had very beautifully taken me there, had conducted the whole interview very nicely. I had gotten a acceptance. Because it had started raining, my grandmother asked me to pick up my younger brother, who was about 2 years old at that time, from school. So I picked him up, and the minute we came to back home, it poured and nobody can move after that. But Swami had orchestrated that so well in terms of my life decision that, it was very clear that he wanted me to come to America and do my further studies and then use this as my karma bhumi, where I do my work. So it's man proposes, God disposes. So this is this is how it is, right? And then after coming here, also there's been a lot of experiences with Swami. Um, when I was very young, I remember me and my dad, we had gone for the Pada Pooja, or in Parthi they do the Pada Pooja, and there are certain couples that get Swami's feet and stuff. So I think it was in 1994 that we went there for the Pada Puja. We had done that. And then we had stayed on for a little bit longer to get some more interactions with Swami. And me and my dad had gone there late because the line for the first row, forms very early. And for some reason or the other, that day we had not gone there. We had gone there a little bit late, and so we were in pretty much the last line that had formed. But on that day, they decided to do a lottery of which line will go in first. And somehow our line got picked. So we were first in line right there, and, with everybody else behind us. And Swami that day came and he walked all around on the other side to the women's side. And we were praying, here, Swami, please come in front of us. We want to see you too. And after a long time, somehow Swami, like I could see from the corner of my eye, he suddenly took a turn and he came this way. And he stopped right in front of us. And, we were just looking at him like that. And we were just making sure, to get every single moment of this. And his feet were right there, but we didn't want to touch them without his permission. But then he kept coming closer and closer and closer, just sliding as he was taking letters from everybody. And somebody pushed from the back, because there was always a push to get letters or to be closer to Swami. And people pushed from the back, and automatically both my dad and me went like this, and we got Pada Namaskar from Swami. And with that memory, every time I feel like I have anything going on in my life, or I have something to ask Swami or something, I always go back to that moment, and I feel like I'm right there with Swami at that time. The one teaching that I really think that I have even talked to my colleagues about is about, Swami is here not for a certain religion or for a certain sect, but to make sure that every Hindu becomes a better Hindu, every Christian becomes a better Christian, every Muslim becomes a better Muslim, right? And in our day and time, that seems to be a very valid kind of argument, because what's happening in the world is people are fighting over religion, trying to express which religion is the best and who is going to give them the ultimate truths, right? How you're going to get closer to Swami. And Swami has dispelled all of that very early. And he said very clearly that whatever you're following, just follow that. There's no need to go anywhere else. So in settings where I have sometimes, there's questions about religion, or somebody would ask me, especially here in the US, a lot of people are very curious about the Hindu religion. And, they always ask me, so are you Hindu? And I always say, I don't consider myself of any religion. I consider myself to be a spiritual person, which a religion to me is a tool to attain that ultimate spirit. But there's no need to use that tool to reach the ultimate spirit. You can reach the ultimate spirit by itself. It's just like gardening. You can use your hands to dig a hole, or you can use a shovel or something to dig a hole. But if you don't have a shovel, you can use your hands. If you have a shovel, good and well, you can use that. Same way. So to me, Swami's message with that is very clear. And to me, we should all be thinking about not of the rituals in any religion, but about what we are doing with those rituals. How are we attaining that spirit, and how are we getting closer to that spirit? To that truth, I would say, not spirit. Yeah. The world we are in right now gives us more of what we are looking for, which is a double-edged sword. Which means if you're looking at the wrong things, the world will give you more of that. But if at the same time, if you're looking at the right thing, the world will also give you more of that. So with social media, my attempt has been to not shun the use of it, but really to use it in the way that I want to use it. So what I've started doing is anything that it shows me that is not aligned to Swami's teachings or something that does not lead me towards the ultimate truth, I start hiding it and showing less and less of it, to where pretty much very soon the algorithm just shows me Swami stuff, Swami's discourses, Swami's messages, or anything from other teachers also that aligns with Swami's message, about Gita, or about what the scriptures say, what different religions say about the ultimate truth. So that's how I've started pruning out. And I think in the current day and age, pruning and taking out what you don't want is extremely important. So with social media also, my advice to everybody is take out what you don't need in your life and just stick and dig very deep into what your boundary for your life, what your vision for your life is, and how you see your life growing.